Yasuke and Nagito to switch bodies. This event is just coming up all sorts of places, and it's been chaotic. Good day, good people. Toon Link, Dave, the year of the ascent. We're rising with the United States Aviator. Welcome to the Tag Team Season 7 premiere of the Danganronpa Hunger Games, and this is what you've been waiting for after yesterday's intense game. We have the tag teams now competing in a little bit of Hunger Games action for Fusion Haas, the Ascended Boys Taka and Hajime's titles. Can someone take them off them, or will they be the second team to retain? We've had some history already made this season. If you haven't checked out the singles premiere, I wholly and sincerely encourage you to, because you don't want the winner spoiled for you. You don't. I'll probably say it at some point. It's your last warning. It's your last warning. Let's check out the teams. Fusion Ha, your champs, Taka and Hajime. For expert deductions, we have Kyoko and Shuichi. Forgotten Romance makes it back with Yasuke and Ryoko. The Phantoms of the Opera, sitting out as D, but here to shine, Sayaka and Reiko. The Rats, sitting out, Kokichi. We have Nagito and Cell. The Base Bros are back with Leon and Kyutaro. Sitting out as Gonta. For the Big Buff family, we have Sakura and Nekomaru. The Loving Brothers, Rantaro and Alice. Sitting out as Mondo. Small and Mighty, sitting out is Chihiro. We have Fuyiko and Monotaro. They couldn't get along in their preseason episode together, but can they get along today? The Pure Boys, Yuta, because he's been popping off with Joe. Izuyoi sits back. He did his work to get them there. The Beanie Brigade, Ryoma, taking a seat. We have Kazuichi and Ruruka. The Dark Arts Specialist, your tag team agents of chaos, Lysithia and Kotoko. And don't forget, don't be wary. Chaos is unbounded this season. If chaos reigns, it could continue to reign. That's the gimmick. Do not forget. And also, I'll say that in a second. One special rule, which now applies to the rest of the season. If chaos reigns and the agents win, the former champs become the new agents of chaos. And that could happen today. It's never happened before, but if it were to ever happen, it would be this season. It truly would. So tell me, teams that you have for first, second, and third, who do you got? I want to know. Leave them in the comments, because those are important, like this one. And this one. And even that one, because it's something I've remembered. The Agents of Chaos, we've never had a trio be the Agents of Chaos, ever. It's always been a duo, every single time. Which means that last rule for the Agents of Chaos is like, if rada, chaos reigns, all three are inserted into the match. That's never happened. If a trio wins the title, and then loses and becomes the Agents of Chaos, as Lysithia and Kotoko become the champs, that's the only way it can happen this season, and it's still possible. As we've seen, anything's possible this season from the singles premiere. But I'm gonna make my picks. Also, I asked this already in the season premiere. Also, live chat, how you doing? I didn't forget about you. How you doing? How's your day? How's your Friday in this year of the Ascent 2021? Hope it's good. I hope mine's is okay. I was gonna say mine's been good too, but that's not how this works. It's not Friday right now for me. I'm gonna make my picks though. What I asked in the singles premiere was how many times do you think chaos will reign for the singles. I'm gonna ask you this time too. For the tag teams, how many times do you think chaos will reign? I think it's only gonna happen twice for the tag teams. But let me tell you who I got for first, second, and third. Give me the Pure Boys for first. I got Yuta popping off again. I'm forced to believe in him now. That's all I got. Give me Small and Mighty for second. And give me the Beanie Brigade for third. That's my top 3. That's what I'm feeling. But of course, my feelings could be all over the place, and they could be all sorts of incorrect. Hopefully you're feeling the same. I think it's time. Do I have a... I don't know if you know. Do I even have a dice game? I don't think so. I don't even know where the die is. Do you know where... You had it that one time. Do you have it again? You don't? That's a shame. Is it up there again? Do I? No, it's not up there either. I just don't know where the die is. That's nuts. Alright, well, I guess we'll just... Oh. Would this be on top of my head? Okay. Let's roll this thing. Don't know, I gotta... Must have been up there somewhere. This thing has some dark energy in it itself, I tell you what. Alright, let's do a quick roll to see for the tag team titles. 6. We're doing the full 6, you guys. Not just one time. Or 2 times. Not 3 times. Or 4 times. Not even 5 times is enough for these teams. Some of these teams may not even fight again together. Also, in the comments, if you have any team ideas, go ahead and leave those in the comments below too, because there's going to be a little bit of tag team mix-up. There's a lot of new teams who want another opportunity to go at it, but there's going to be a little mix-up. So, as I resimulate a 6th time, you can think about that. Because really, the only teams that are safe from breaking up right now are the champs of this episode and the agents of chaos. One of those is guaranteed to be the Dark Arts Specialist. Everyone else, the choices are theirs, and theirs alone. Are you ready to start this thing? Will it go like yesterday, or will it be expedited like like a normal game? We'll have to wait and see. Not too long, because we're about to proceed right now. And as the tributes stand on their podiums, the tag team titles are on the line. And thus, my horn bearers. I know some of you are competing, but couldn't you please? I think it might just be Rantaro who's competing. Not mine either. Okay, yeah, okay, Rantaro, good luck. As these sound the horns for those tag team titles, Ryoko, Yuta, Shuichi, Kyoko, and Kyutaro have a party to boost morale during it. Shuichi turns off the lights and kills Ryoko. That's what you get. Ryoko, you tried to start a party, and you invited 2 members of the same team? Foolish. Kotoko and Ruruka argue over supplies. Leon takes advantage of this and kills them both. Okay, well this is starting way faster than the singles game. Okay, Taka runs away from the cornucopia. Fuyuko runs away with a ladder and some rope. So arrives at the arena, his memory is completely wiped, but the sole thing he can remember is his name. So. A stray bolt of lightning causes Yasuke and Nagito to switch bodies. This event is just coming up all sorts of places, and it's been chaotic. Wait a minute. Yesterday... Alright, I'll keep going. Joe runs away from the cornucopia. I realized something that happened yesterday that I didn't comment on at the end of the episode. Hopefully I make that into an edit. Huh. Oh. Huh. Interesting. That is really interesting. Interesting indeed. Okay, Joe runs away from the cornucopia. Monotaro cries in despair, accomplishing nothing. Hajime runs away from the cornucopia. Reiko, Lysithea, Kazuichi, Rantaro, and Sakura have a party to boost morale. During it, Kazuichi turns off the lights and kills Reiko. Rest in peace to her. While Santa was unloading gifts for the tributes, Nakamaru jumps out of the toy sack. I was gonna say, why is Santa here, but it must be Buff Santa. It's clearly Buff Santa. Alice finds a kazoo inside of the cornucopia and attempts to play it, but instead fails tremendously. Alice, I was about to say, are we about to have another secret horn bearer? Was there one more? Alice, it's okay. Sayaka runs away from the cornucopia, but we'll proceed. That was a For only 24 people, that was a pretty rough bloodbath. We'll proceed. To day 1. Kyoko, Kazuichi, Shuichi, and Alice play cards. Rantaro plays patty cake. Baker's man, bake me a cake as fast as you can! With Lysithia. Nekomaru receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Monotaro seems to be dead, but it's a lie. Yuta sets up an ice cream shack. I almost said a nice cream shack. No one comes. That'd be a cute name for an ice cream shack. Kyutaro, Sakura, and So find the Triforce. But before they can distribute the powers of the Triforce to each other, Hajime kills everyone and takes the Triforce for himself. Okay? Okay. Taka scares off Fuyiko. Nagito creates his own superhero identity and enlists Yasuke as a sidekick, but they've switched bodies. Sayaka's just happy 2020's over. Well, the beef is back, so how happy are you, Sayaka? Leon runs to a Yeti in the forest but manages to escape, and Joe embraces the power of positivity. That's my boy! We'll proceed. We lost 7. See, that's what I'm talking about. Yesterday, calm. Today, not as much, as we get a Claire de Lune 4. Ryoko, Kotoko, Ruruka, Reiko, Kyutaro, Sakura, So. Look at the statuses. No team completely out, I don't believe, no. Fusion Ha and Expert Deductions completely in. Forgotten Romance still has Yasuke. Phantoms of the Opera still have Sayaka. The Rats have Nagito. The Base Bros have Leon. Nekomaru remains for the Big Buff family. The Loving Brothers completely in, and so is Small and Mighty. So are the Pure Boys. The Beanie Brigade has lost Kazuichi. I'm sorry, they lost Ruruka, still have Kazuichi. And the Dark Art Specialist lost Kotoko early, but they still have Lysithia, brimming with chaos, looking at those champs, trying to do a transferal. Could it happen for the first time? I don't know. But I do think it's time to proceed. We lost 7. There's still plenty more to go. Are you ready? Are you steady? Are you spaghetti? Let's go ahead. Let's proceed to night 1. Sayaka gets a hold of Avi's soundboard. Within the hour, they are struck down using copyrighted music. Avi breathes. Rantaro suddenly falls over dead. It's because I had said that he's the horn bearer who's here. That's my. Okay, that might be my fault. Mine may be a little bit. Leon thinks about home. Alice ties Kazuichi to a rocket and launches it into space. Rest in peace. But you know what? He always wanted to build a rocket, so you know what? Good on him. Nekomaru and Nagito settle their dispute over an intense game of rock, paper, scissors. Shuichi convinces Taka not to kill him, only to kill him instead. Shuichi took out one half of the champs. Yasuke and Lysithia talk about the tribute still alive. Maki grabs Monotaro by the throat. Fair. Yuta receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Joe hops into an inflatable cauldron to make jokes about how he's emergency food. He might have a problem. Hajime goes to the Love Hotel with Kyoko, but somehow ends up waking up next to Fuyuhiko. Hajime, we gotta get a camera on you when you're going to sleep, because you're always waking up next to somebody weird. We'll proceed to day 2. Nagito brains Fuyuhiko with a dumbbell. He just woke up next to Hajime. Joe finds his body and messes around with it for fun. Hajime glares at Sayaka and says, "Do you want to die?" Sayaka runs away. Yasuke confides in Shuichi. Shuichi takes note so he can exploit him later. Monotaro uses their special attack on Leon. The Mega Deduction... Take 2. The Mega Destruction Ball of Darkness and Destruction and Knuckles. There's nothing left of Leon. That might be the first time that move has hit and done damage, and boy did it do damage. Kyoko tries to spearfish with a trident. Alice does Alice things. Yuta receives pancakes from Avi. You take them. Lysithia impales Nekomaru with an icy spear. She's got ice magic now too. That's not her normal magic type. We'll proceed. We lost 6 more. We've lost a total of 13, and it's not quite time for your saving grace picks yet, but instead it is time for a Claire de Lune 4. Rantaro, Kazuichi, Taka, Fuyuhiko, Leon, Nekomaru. And now we do have some teams that are completely out. Hajime remains for Fusion Ha. Expert Deductions completely in. Forgotten Romance still have Yasuke. Phantoms of the Opera with Sayaka. The Rats with Nagito. The Base Bros, the Big Buff family, both completely out. A shame. The Loving Brothers still have Alice. Small and Mighty still has Monotaro. The Pure Boys, completely in. Do not sleep on them. Do not. The Beanie Brigade, completely in. I'm sorry, completely out. Rest in peace to the both of them. I actually really like the Beanie Brigade. The Beanie Brigade. And the Dark Arts Specialist still have Lysithea. Trying to do that Chaos Transferal. Can she do it? I don't know. I don't know. We resimulated 6 times. I don't know what's gonna happen. But I will tell you that there's only one way to find out. And that's to proceed. Live chat. How your picks doing? Oh, really? Oh, really? I don't know what you're saying. Let's go. Let's proceed. 2. Night 2. Alice reminisces about the year of the horizon. Yeah, it had its ups and downs. It had its ups on the channels. It had its downs and, you know, actuality. Joe challenges Yuta and Nagito to an anything goes pancake eating competition. Yuta eats the most pancakes and is dubbed the world pancake champion. Are we surprised? Hajime manages to tame a polar bear. That should come in handy. Kyoko tells Lysithea, this is great. It's just you, me, and this brick wall you built between us. They have similar hair colors. Similar eye colors too. They're pretty similar. Shuichi, Sayaka, and Yasuke discuss the games and what might happen in the morning, and Monotaro gets a hold of AV's soundboard and starts playing Megalovania. Monotaro, you freaking meme lord. I can't believe you. Nobody even died to give me that back. I don't even know how to get it back. Man upstairs, I need you to stop that. Thank you. Can you play the proceed music? Thank you. Oh, during the next clarity limit, I'm gonna get back in the arena. Let me tell you. Let's proceed to day 3. Joe kills Yuta while he's sleeping. That's your tag team partner, bro, Joe. Lysithea starts a novel. Will she ever finish it? Sayaka makes a wooden spear. Alice makes a snowman that looks like Nagito. Yasuke dies from thirst. Or was it Nagito? Because they switch bodies. Shuichi receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Monotaro sees a completely pale Kyoko washed ashore, unmoving. Monotaro revives her with CPR, but doesn't stop when Kyoko regains consciousness. I didn't even know he could exhale oxygen. As Hajime enjoys some cocoa to stay warm, we lost. Just 2. One team that's now completely gone. One team whose teammate took them out, which is ridiculous, but you know what? It is what it is. And you know what that brings us to as we hit a clear day loom. 4. Yuta. Yasuke. Only took 3 days this time. We'll control F, we'll alive. We'll see that there's only 9 left. That is correct. How are your picks doing? Good? Bad? In between? I don't know what to tell you. If they're doing alright, then they're doing alright. If they're not doing alright, then maybe you need some new picks. Maybe you need something that's, crap. You would, live chat, you know what it's called. It's a saving state, say amazing grace pick. It's, saving grace pick. Amazing grace pick. I don't know why I've never made that. We have the champ. Hajime still trying to retain, still could do it. Expert deductions still have Kyoko and Shuichi. They're the only full team completely in. We have the Phantoms of the Opera, Sayaka, the Rats, Nagito, trying to be 2-time champs. Following Band-Aid's footsteps, don't forget about that. The Loving Brothers have Alice. Small and Mighty, Monotaro. The Pure Boys have Joe. And the Dark Arts Specialists have Lysithea. It is anybody's game. So I have to ask you guys in the comments, in the live chat, pick first, second, and third. Let me hear it. Let me know. I'll make my picks too. After you, make sure that you've liked it. If you haven't hit that, if you look at that like button, and it's not highlighted light blue, you best to click it. Click it like your life depends on it. And while you're at it, go ahead and click the subscribe button too, because that'd be real nice. That'd be real pleasant. It'd be real pleasant of you. I'm gonna make my picks though. Give me Monotaro for first. I like Small and Mighty. I think they need it. I think they earned it. I think they want it. Last season, 2 of them were singles champs. I think this season, they should start off as the tag team champs. That's my defense. Give me Shuichi for second. Expert deductions, they've never gotten their win. They've been voted in many times, but they have not gotten their win. All 3 of them have won before, KG included. They have not gotten their win though. For third, give me the champs retaining, give me Hajime. No. Not gonna say that. Don't give me Hajime. Give me Joe. Because that man's. Pure Boys, I could see it happening. I could just see it happening. I could see it happening. That's all I can say. Never sleep on anything that Yuta's a part of. But that's that. Those are my picks. You made yours, which means we won't dilly and dally. You know who's left. And you know what they're fighting for. The Danganronpa Hunger Games Tag Team Championships. Hajime from Fusion Ha. Kyoko and Shuichi from Expert Deductions. Sayaka from The Phantoms of the Opera. The Rat's Own Nagito. Alice from The Loving Brothers. Small and Mighty's Monotaro. Joe's The Pure Boys. And Lysithea, the Dark Arts Specialist. A lot of things we could have. A tag team retaining their titles. A chaos swap. A first ever team win. There's a lot of things that could happen, actually. A lot of these, Chihiro getting the tag team titles. Yuta getting the tag team titles. There's a lot of things. A lot of things that these folks who are left are fighting for. But let's proceed to see who will come out on top. And as we do so, we've not had a feast or an arena event. We will start it off with Shuichi, whose unknown sponsor is me. Do I sense some bias here? Well, I did pick him as a part of my save and grace pick, so, you know, maybe a little bit. Lysithea fiercely shakes up a can of soda and pops a tab, blasting Sayaka in the face with a stream of soda. We like to see that, Lysithea. We love to see that. Monotaro hits Kyoko with some sweet chin music. He's so small. How did this happen? Nagito and Hajime settle their disputes over an intense game of rock, paper, scissors, and Joe hates Alice so strongly that he created a squad against Alice and will proceed. I don't think anyone perished that day, but someone might perish today as we have the feast. The cornucopia is replenished with food supplies, weapons, and memoirs from the tribute's families. Alice decides not to go. Shuichi ambushes Nagito and takes him out, kills him. Monotaro kills Lysithea with her own weapon. Joe decides not to attend. Sayaka stabs Kyoko in the back with a trident, and Hajime decides not to attend either. We will not have that chaos transferal, but we will have day 4. Hajime somehow manages to delete Sayaka, Alice, and Monotaro while saying just Hajime. It started with an alien device, did what it did, it stuck itself upon his wrist with secrets that it hid. Now he's got superpowers, he's no ordinary kid, he's Joe 10, and Shuichi steps on a Lego brick, but shrugs off the pain. It's your final 3 as we hit a terrible turnabout. 4. Nagito, Lysithea, Kyoko, Sayaka, Alice, Monotaro. Whew. 6! When there were 9 left, which means we're at your final 3, Fusion Ha retaining, Expert Deductions getting their first win, or the Pure Boys. Never count out Yuta's team! You guys. You guys. I'm just saying. This is wholly possible. Hajime, holy heck. 6 KOs. I guess you did just delete 3 people. I don't know who's gonna win. But this is a shock to the system. It is Hajime, it is Joe, and it is Shuichi. It's your final 3. And they're all caught in what we like to call a championship crisis of fate. Who's gonna win? I don't know. Am I worried? No, because I'm really fine with any of these 3 teams. I was fine with really any of the teams who were here, but whoever wins will have a target on their backs. Will Fusion Ha be the first team to ever retain the tag team titles? Will Shuichi bring Expert Deductions their first win and in championship action? Or will the Pure Boys just rock out? Will they do what they do best and be a part of a winning team with Yuta? Because Yuta pops off sometimes. We'll proceed. We gotta see. We have not had an arena event. We have one now. We won't. Shuichi is just Joe's split personality given form. Hajime is killed and replaced by a realistic doll made in his image, but I guess he's not dead. I can't tell the difference, so I'm gonna let it slide as we proceed. Joe makes a slingshot. Avi, the ultimate jinx, comments on how well Hajime is doing. Shuichi watches as Hajime accepts his fate and just walks off of a cliff. It is a battle between Joe and Shuichi. We have a new champ alert. I did actually comment on how well Hajime was doing when he had 6 KOs. I'm afraid to click proceed. Will I have to change the music? I will not. We lost 1. And it is a terrible turnabout for our champs. Hajime. Fusion Ha will relinquish the titles. Will they come back? I don't know. They were a good team. They were a fun team. They might come back. They might not. Who knows? But I will say that it was just a battle between these two. Have the Pure Boys won a game together? I don't know if they've won a game together, actually. So it is a battle of first wins. And I have to ask you guys, who will get that first win? I do wonder. Between the Pure Boys and Joe, and Shuichi of Expert Deductions, just who will it be? Shuichi has 3 KOs. Expert Deductions has never nary gotten a win. They could split up. This could be their last game together if Shuichi doesn't pull this off. So a lot is on the line for them. The Pure Boys. You never bet against a Yuta team. That is the issue here. Yuta has been on the hottest of streaks as of the past year, as of the past calendar year. He's been on the hottest of streaks. Could Joe help him hold both titles at the same time? In 2 different premieres, could it be Yuta's time to shine? I don't know, but I do have to ask you who it will be. Shuichi from Expert Deductions. Joe from the Pure Boys. Call it for me. Live chat. Comments. Who do you got? Shuichi? Joe. Shuichi for Kyoko and Keiji. Joe for Yuta and our boy Izayoi. I don't know who it's gonna be. A lot is on the line. Glory? Togetherness? I don't know. Let's find out. Let's proceed. Let's click next round. Because with the hit of this button between Joe and Shuichi, we will see the true winner and new tag team champion. As Shuichi wants to buy Joe's gamer girl bathwater, Joe destroys Shuichi for acting like a degenerate male. There's so many statements that I could make about this because there's so much that's wrong with this, with what just happened here. However, you know what that means. You never bet. You never bet against. Hit your winners. And new. Danganronpa Hunger Games. Tag Team Champions. Joe, Yuta, and our boy, Izayoi. The Pure Boys. Take the win, take the titles. Alright, you never bet. You never bet against Yuta. Never. That is what I've learned this week. You never bet against that boy. What on earth? This man's was in 2 premieres. What does he do? He wins in singles and his team wins in tag teams. The target is solely on that man's back. You couldn't write it. I feel terrible for expert deductions, but holy heck, is Yuta writing a story of how to be dominant. If any team should be called Dominance, it's whatever team Yuta is a part of, because that man's... Good on Joe, first of all. First win for Joe. That's my boy. I do love Joe. We like Joe. Get Joe's in the chat. Joe, 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 Joe. As he wins this game for the Pure Boys and Yuta, when Yuta was like, well, I guess I won't be winning 2 titles. We see him and his Yuta 2 titles. Joe takes the win for the Pure Boys. Shuichi in 2nd, Hajime in 3rd, Monotaro in 4th, Alice in 5th, Sayaka in 6th, Kyoko in 7th, Lysithia in 8th, Nagito in 9th, and rounding off your top 10 is Yasuke. And I can bring it up now. Your winners bracket. There they all are. Look at them all. You see them. You love them. The Pure Boys. Your new champs. Your new champs. Took it from Fusion Ha. There was no exchange. I don't know which of these teams will break up. I don't know. But once again, if you got good team ideas, anything goes, leave them in the comments. 2 or 3 people you think should team up. You got a name for them, go ahead and pick them up. I want to hear them. I want to hear them. Because I'm not completely solely decided. I had to wait for the results of this episode. I don't think that screws up any of my ideas, to be completely honest, but I'm always up for different ideas. There's been some fantastic ones in the Discord. I want to hear them from everybody. Put them in the comments. Go ahead and leave them. I'll see them. I'll read them. But once again, Pure Boys. I'm shook. I'm shaken. I always knew it was a possibility. Here they are. I learned from yesterday. You never bet against Yuta. You never bet against Yuta. So you just never do it. Season of the Asahinas Mark II. Good on you, Yuta. Actually, that does mess up one of my teams. I was gonna put Yuta and Hina in the season of the Asahinas team because they have been unstoppable. But maybe it's Yuta that's unstoppable because look at this man's. Look at him. Look. I got no words. We'll proceed. I literally have no words. Shuichi gets the first KO, but he is also the last one out as Joe destroys him. I don't know why Shuichi wants to buy some Gamer Girl bathwater. I don't know why he wants it from Joe. I don't know why Joe has it. But you know what? He had it, and maybe it was a trap because Shuichi, you're looking like a degenerate male. You probably deserve that one. Joe's like, no, I'm pure of heart. Get out of here with that. He's a pure boy. Team to prove it. Win to prove it. Titles to prove it. Congrats to him. Hajime had 6 KOs, which was nuts. Which was crazy. Shuichi with 3. Joe, Leon, Monotaro all had 2. Everyone else had 1 or less. Pure Boys, Expert Deductions, and Fusion Ha were your top 3 teams. Let's go, Joe. We love to see Joe win. He hasn't gotten it before, but he got it today. He earned it. He deserved it. And Yuta is just holding Yuta. I just have no. He's popping off. Chat, you know he's popping off. Comments, you know he's popping off. I got nothing else to say to it. I'm glad Izio is holding the title though. He couldn't get a win, but he's holding a title. Just like Kaito, no win, but he's held a title. He's been tag team champ. Hopefully Izio won't suffer the same fate and he gets a win soon. But you know what? If it doesn't happen, at least he still has an accomplishment in the series. We'll go back to the reaping. Expert deductions, y'all were close. Ooh, Small and Mighty, y'all were close too. I really like Small and Mighty. They will probably stay together because Monotaro in the addition was new for them for last season, so they might just stick together. Ooh, okay. We got our new champs. Dark Art Specialist, y'all know what to do. Yuna is just, you're gonna see a lot of Yuna this season because he is just in danger. Tune in Sunday for the OC premiere. We're gonna maybe crown a new OC champion, or we could have Thunder being the first OC champion to ever retain as the first OC champion. We could have a chaos flip-flop. There's a lot of things that could happen. Are you ready to see it? It's Sunday. It'll be a premiere. It might be at 3:30 instead of 4:30. Wait and see. Toodaloo, Flight Crew, Toon Link, Dave, Year of the Ascent, once again, to the Pure Boys, congratulations. You're champions. Tag team champions of the world. Toodaloo, Flight Crew. Thanks for watching.